Hi everyone, I'm Father Kevin Dillon. I was the assistant priest at St Peter's between 1970 and 1973. Father Dan Coakley was the parish priest at the time, and it was my first parish. And yeah, it's a long time ago, so my memories are a little vague and varied. But I suppose I think of the St Peter's Footy Club. I think of Saturday mornings and wet feet, standing around the hospital ovals, as they were at the time. They called it the hospital site, I think, and it's very much a hospital site now, but it's up along Centre Road. And just thinking of the terrific spirit that there was amongst the kids, but also very much amongst the parents, some of the coaches and so on, who were just so involved. The name of Jimmy Stewart sort of stands out in my memory. Jimmy was a bit like the hot gospeler. He was a bit like Alan Killigrew, actually, and some of you may not know that Alan Killigrew was in fact a parishioner of St Peter's, and used to come to Mass every day when he could. But wonderful guy. But Jimmy took a leaf out of his book, was very enthusiastic and with the kids, and they loved him, and they loved the game, and just that whole sense of community that was involved, with the mums involved, and magnificent mums who wash jumpers week after week after week, and all the other things that go into running a footy club. But it was a very important part, not only of the parish, but it was a very important part of the wider community, and the way in which St Peter's Parish engaged with a lot of people in the East Bentley area in a time when I think you could say East Bentley had a lot to offer. And I know even now, what are we talking, 45 years later, a lot of people have wonderful memories of growing up in East Bentley, and the footy club, St Peter's Footy Club, was a tremendously integral part of all of that, and just so many people who chipped in. I think one of the things that was very valuable about it too was the connecting of dads with their kids. Dads used to love taking the kids. There were no really. I talked today about ugly parents. Can't remember any of that. It was all a great spirit of goodwill and a sense of connection of kids, particularly with their dads, but often, of course, with the mums doing organising maybe some pies or the oranges or whatever it might happen to be. But terrific days, and some wonderful people going all the way back. I think Bob Cole was one, Ron Pearson, I remember. Just really dedicated people. Did I say Ron Cole or Bob Cole? Bob Cole. And Ronnie Pearson, and so many others who were very much part of that. John Beveridge, of course, whose son Luke now is doing a wonderful job with the Bulldogs. So all of those wonderful people who were part of a very strong and vibrant, not only parish but sporting community within St Peter's, something to be very proud of, and something to look back on with a great sense of any of us who were part of it. For me, only a relatively short time. For others, it went over a long time of supporting. Some were former kids who became played in senior teams, and then have come back with their own kids to be part of it all these years down the track. So a long association for some, but for any of us privileged enough to be part of St Peter's footy teams back in particularly in the 70s. Let's hope that this is a really happy anniversary of 60 years of dedicated community work.